Good morning. I'm here to show you my April junk journal challenge that I did with Dearjuliejulie this month. It was A to Z, anything goes. Hashtag A to Z 2022 JJC. We had to make 3 bases for every letter of the alphabet, and then we had to add 3 more things to embellish it. My challenge to myself was to make 3 journals with the assembly line method. I didn't have any unfinished journals to make, so that's why I decided to do that. The 3 kits that I used were Red Roses and Yellow Birds for Elizabeth, October Flowers for Kamel, and Ledgers and Roses for Brandy. I used random scrapbook paper throughout the journal, and the books that I used were Gardening Made Easy, Books Made Simple Pleasure Roses, The Essentials of Gardening, Flowers and a Friendship book. I added map pages, dictionary, and music paper to fulfill the book page requirements. The tool that I used was my Vagabond, and I dug out my dusty dies to add some interest. All of the journals were made with the same layout. I'll be showing Elizabeth today, featuring Dearjuliejulie's new kit, Red Roses and Yellow Birds, which you'll be able to find in the description box below. I will link her Etsy shop to that kit. Each journal is made with 3 signatures with the 3 whole pamphlet stitch. Each signature has 15 pages, which then 15 to 17, which then turns into 60 writing spaces per signature. It has a tie closure with some ribbon. This cover is complete. I'm still thinking about the other 2, how to finish them off. The covers are made from Amazon packaging, curtain sample, inside and out, and I have added my S element shabby snippet roll, and I've stitched it on the front and onto the back. My nameplate is made from an envelope, and it has the just the window of the envelope, and I took the word Elizabeth and talking about these roses, and I'll show you where I got that from. My first element is F for fabric flip. It's a pocket. I have some die cutting here. I've added some writing paper with some roses on it, just letterhead, and I collaged an element here and then a fabric cluster up top. Pretty well the whole journal gets these little 3-layered flowers with some fabric layers underneath it, and then the gem center. Then I have my craft pocket for K and 2 tags, and I used the left inside of one of the die cuts for a layer, and this also becomes 2 pockets, that pocket and that pocket, and then the large pocket on the outside, which is my tag element, and I used some leftover triangle fabric pieces from my quilt that I was making this last couple of months. And again, I just did some layering. The back has lots of writing space. So it's T for triangle and tag. The next few pages here are some ledger, and then this is the book page that I've taken the journal's names from, and that one is from Gardening Made Easy. Scrapbook paper, map paper. This is my vellum, and I made it into a corner V with a V corner tuck, and collaged and put some fabric on it. Inside it, I've tucked my J element, which is for a junk folder, and I used the Birds and Blooms envelopes that you get in the middle of the Birds and Blooms magazines, and I collaged and put some writing or book page in there to make some writing space, and then I covered it with a page from the Birds and Blooms, and then I added a gem to make that, or jewelry. My next one is a border made with bag and book pages. I made the ruffle from the bag and the book page. I made the page from the bag. And then I go into, this is one of the pages, the book pages from Flowers of Friendship. It's a vintage book. You'll see better on the next page. This is my accordion altered envelope with an acetate pocket and upholstery tab. Lots of A's there. And inside of it is my notebook from a note card. So I actually took a note card and made it into a notebook. I added a pocket and a tag into the center, or into the front. And then I added a little tab so that you could see it in the accordion. And again, that magazine page, and that is from the die cutting that I've been doing. And that is just regular scrapbook paper that I used to make those. This is the center of the book, and this is pages from Simple Pleasure Roses. I put one in each of the journal, and I just love these pages. There's a beautiful image of Dearjuliejulie kit. And the envelope, which is the accordion, becomes a double tuck, and I added a few tags into there. That's the other page of that beautiful vintage book. And it has poems. Every journal got one of the poems that are on the back of the pages too. So I folded the page to incorporate the poem. This element here is L for ledger, and I did lace on it, and I made a lace cluster, and I did some inking, and then I put a scrapbook paper pocket on the back. And the last element for this signature is the G for glassine bag. It has the base has the cluster, and then the inside has the greeting card, which is part of it. Greeting card, journal card, and I've added some gems and some die cutting and some flowers on that. This is the start of signature 2, and it starts out with P for packaging. I had 3 of these sticker packages, and they were X, Y, and Z or something, and this is the X sticker on here, and they would never get used for anything, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. And they were roses, pansies. I kept some of them out. So my packaging starts with, this is all, the whole thing is packaging because it all came together as a piece of packaging. So after the stickers were done, there was some of the leftovers outsides, so I stuck that on the front of the actual packaging. And then I used, this was the backing that the stickers were in front of, and I made a pocket into that. This rose garden came off the top of the tag, or the packaging, so I stuck that in there. I just added some atlas page in there with some and then one of Dearjulie's images. I also added some roses from the thing, and then a tag topper at the top, and that goes into that pocket. This is my zigzag page, and it's a belly band that I've zigzagged. I've put some rickrack on and collage little image or cluster there. One of Julie's light large tags. And then on the back, when I was cutting the zigzag, I had this left, so I stuck that on there. You'll see the back of it in a minute. Some more book page there. This one is embossed element with inking and die cut pocket and edges along here with the Martha Stewart punch. And I just tucked in a card with one of those little stickers again from the sticker package. You will see those stickers coming throughout the journal now because I wanted to use them up. This is a part of another book, vintage book that I used, and I didn't want any of it to go to waste, so I stuck it a little bit in there. It's talking about roses in October. This is my delicate doily page. It has stenciling, it has a die cut, and it has a pocket with a cluster on the other side. This is another beautiful rose book page. And this is the back of the doily cluster. Again, some stamping, stenciling, a cluster, and some ribbon trim. And this is O for oval, and it is over the page tag. I've just got it paper clipped in there. Again, I've collaged some book page and the image on there. On this side I put a pocket and a tag that has some of Julie's images on it. And the back of the envelope that's embossed with some of the journal cards in it. That's the back of the zigzag page. And this is my window for W, and it is a notepad. And you open it up, and it's got the notepad pages there. It's got the image on the inside, another strip of image down there, and it is tied together like that. And that is that signature. Signature 3 starts out with Q for quilted side pocket page. It has an index lacy cluster, and it's my fabric that I've had still from when I was making my February junk journal. And Q for quilt for sure. And I have put that on a piece of hard cardstock, but it was very shiny, so I just covered it with paper. Some more book page. This one I've kept, it was a large book, so I used the whole thing. There's more poems from the vintage book. This is H for heart. I made the page right out of heart. I've stenciled, I've sewed on it. Inside it I tucked one of my exploding hearts, which is a journal space, and it just sits in there. Lots of secrets can be written in there. And this is my M for music page. It has a double pocket, one on each side. I used a messy string, did some collage, and I used a gem. I was really proud of myself for using these, one in each journal, because I've had them since I started scrapbooking 20-some years ago. Inside it I have my I index hidden card. It has stenciling, it has a cluster, it has a word, and some Julie's image. And I used the envelope from the note card that I used for the book. So this is this part of that note card. And more scrapbook. This here is my yearbook photo page layout. Thank you, Julie, for giving us an idea for why, because I couldn't come up with anything. So I used some nice scrapbook paper that I had, and so one of the pockets, and this I guess classifies as a yearbook because there's 3 in the front. I just took the tag in there with a little cluster, and I'll get to the other side of that in a minute, so hold on. My unexpected journal spot with hidden in an envelope. So this is an envelope, and it has the just a card, but I made it differently because I made it into a double card flip, because I had this stuff on my desk. Beautiful image again from Julie's kit. I didn't make this one into a double part tuck, but here you could see the U from one of the sticker packages. And here is my other pockets for the yearbook. There's a pocket there and a pocket there. And coming to the end of the journal, this is the back of the heart. Tucked in another heart tag, which is just not a great heart, but hey, I wanted it long and skinny. The last page of the quilted, let's just show you this, has my last element, which is the X-ray with mini journal spot. So it's X, so I said X-ray is an X-ray pocket you can see in it. I've decorated the front of it. This packaging came, the two pieces came together as packaging again, and it said cottage garden. I thought that was cool, so I just covered it, and inside there I put a playing card. And that is my X-ray. This could be a top tuck or a pocket. And my last item is a Raggedy writing board. Now I got this idea from Catherine Brown, who I've just started following. And she credits Nick the Booksmith. So I took some pages from the Essentials of Gardening binder. I'm sure everybody's got one of those from the 80s. And I covered it. I made a trim along the back, and I made it as raggedy as I could with some leaves that I had in my stash and some flowers. And once again, those leaves have been sitting in that shoebox for so long, I was really happy to use it. And that is the Raggedy writing board that can be moved around and used. And on both sides I've left very plain, so you could use it on either side of your book for writing. And I like to incorporate a writing book board into most of my journals. So thank you so much for watching. These will be listed in my Etsy shop, which I will have listed in the description box along with Julie's Etsy shop. And I can't wait to see everybody's journals that they made in April with their A to Z anything goes. Have a good day. Bye bye.